Ex was a showcase of all that we were, all that we are.
In its heyday, it was the only show in town and the greatest show in town.
Gonna take a sentimental journey, gonna set my heart at ease, gonna make a sentimental journey.
My experience with the Central Canada exhibition, Ottawa, was mostly in the 30s. I'll never forget, I knew nothing about fireworks. The end of the show, the fireworks went off. I thought it was a war.
I've been coming for 78 years.
And here I won the car, and I can still hear my wife say, "We won the car, we won the car."
In those days, the Midway was the World of Mirth, and it was like bringing Broadway to Ottawa every year, you know, like the lights and the sounds, the shows.
I used to climb out my bedroom window. There was a roof from the lower floor. And that was the big thing every night too, to go and watch the fireworks.
I wasn't a country girl back then. I was a city girl. So, you know, that was exciting. Look at all the animals and all that, where you don't get that where I lived.
The number one spot as a kid I like to come to, you know? It's all the fun rides, all the animals, all the people.
You know, you didn't really show the cattle for the glory of winning first prize. You showed the cattle because then people would come to your farm and look at your animals and buy from you.
As a young person competing, it was unlike anything we'd ever done. The stables were amazing. At the Ex had stake classes, which was usually double or triple the prize money, so that was a really big deal, and it was in the evening.
I grew up in Old Ottawa South, and this was like our playground.
And then my grandmother, of course, she'd spoil the living daylights out of us, so she'd buy us whatever we wanted to eat, and then we made the mistake of going on the Paratrooper.
I used to get a good chuckle out of the fact it was called the International Food Court. I'm not sure where the international came from, but I guess, you know, if you had Swiss cheese on a hamburger, that was international.
I was always a fan of the candy floss, so Sticky Fingers, and it was the only place at that time that you could get candy floss.
I always went to St. Giles Church booth for the French fries. They were greasy and wonderful, and we loved them.
We were giving away over 1,000 cups of coffee a morning. OC Transpo thought so much of it that they changed the bus stop and got one of these big inner rims on a bus tire and stuck a special bus stop sign there.
You see a 3-year-old on those rides and the expression on their face. I mean, you can't replace that. It's special.
Racing pigs, and there was all kinds of other silly little things, but anything to give something for everybody.
And I love the Ex. I used to love it more. Why? They used to have more show, more game, more magic, more entertainment.
The water park stuff, you know, with the rides. The casino was one of the largest money makers of an exhibition. But there are now casinos everywhere. So, you know, every successful area where exhibitions were making revenue to pay for the bills has been pirated by somebody else who is now making a living doing it.
It's safe. You can tell us what month we won? November. Oh, I gotcha.
It used to be that you could come even on the Midway. Like, they did have yesterday a magician, but that was something you could see buskers everywhere, you know, all over the grounds. You don't see that anymore.
When you came into the 90s, through no fault of the Ex, entertainers started, the big entertainment facilities like Scotiabank came along, and entertainers became more sophisticated in their electronics, and the show was 50% lights, you know, lasers, all that other stuff, and they all started to move indoors.
They had the manufacturer's annex where, you know, the latest fridge style or stove style furniture would be displayed at the Ex. We didn't have home shows then. That was kind of the precursor to the home show. Again, there was another competition that came up, you know, the home shows.
Today, exhibiting of livestock is rapidly becoming a thing of the past. For example, my daughter, who now operates our farm, sells, I would guess, close to 90% of her breeding stock over the internet.
One of the things I want to make very clear for the historic factor of this city is if it had not been for an exhibition association, Lansdowne Park likely would never existed.
The most important thing the Ex did for Ottawa was to give everyone, no matter what their economic levels, the chance to have this summer celebration.
You know, enjoying a concert and then looking over and seeing, you know, all the lights of the Midway is just, it was summer, that's what it was. It was summer in Ottawa. Yeah.
But I do believe that after 120-something years, perhaps it's time for the Ex to have left Lansdowne Park.
I hope it doesn't go away. My wish would be for them to stay here because this is where it has always been.